Hello and welcome to all to my new online video lecture. This is Neeraj Motwani. Today I am here with a topic of class 10th coordinate geometry. Before starting with the actual topic of class 10th, let's have a look at what we have learnt in our class 9th. Now have a look at what will we learn today. Very first is why coordinate geometry. Second is Cartesian system. Third, notation used in Cartesian plane. And fourth, plotting a point in the Cartesian plane. In this slide, a picture is shown. In this picture, there is a football. Now, I want to ask a question. Can you spot the location of football? I guess you can't. Now again, I want to ask the same question. Can you spot the location of football? Now this time your answer will be yes. The football is in the fourth row and fifth column, isn't it? Now this is what coordinate geometry is. A coordinate geometry is a branch of geometry where the position of the point on the plane is defined with the help of an ordered pair of numbers, which are also known as coordinates. Coordinate geometry is needed to offer a connection between algebra and geometry with the use of graphs of lines and curves. It is an essential branch of math and usually assists us in locating points in a plane. Moreover, it also has many uses in fields of trigonometry, calculus, dimensional geometry, and many more. Now coming to the Cartesian system. A coordinate plane is a two-dimensional plane which is formed by the intersection of two perpendicular number lines known as the x-axis and the y-axis. These two lines when kept perpendicular on any plane, say your page, so it divides the whole plane into four quadrants. First quadrant, then second quadrant moving in anti-clockwise direction, then third quadrant, and then fourth quadrant. Understanding the concept of Cartesian system with the help of detailed figure. In the figure, two lines kept perpendicular to each other dividing the whole plane into four quadrants. One line is horizontal, represented by x dash O x is also known as x-axis, and the vertical line y O y dash which is also known as y-axis. These two lines kept perpendicular to each other at point origin, whose coordinates are 0, 0. Towards the right of the origin, you will find positive numbers. Towards the left of origin, you will find negative numbers. Above the origin, positive numbers, and below the origin, negative numbers. Sign notations used in Cartesian plane. As we know that a plane is divided by number lines in four quadrants. Quadrant 1, Quadrant 2, Quadrant 3, Quadrant 4. Let's have a look at the sign notation. In the first quadrant, both x and y are positive. In the second quadrant, x is negative, whereas y is positive. In the third quadrant, x and y both are negative. And in the fourth quadrant, x is positive and y is negative. Notations used in Cartesian plane. Before working with coordinate geometry, you must have knowledge of notations used in Cartesian plane. Before writing the coordinates of a point, we need to use the following conventions. Very first is the x-coordinate of a point is its perpendicular distance from the y-axis measured along the x-axis. The x-coordinate is called the abscissa. Second point, the y-coordinate of a point is its perpendicular distance from the x-axis measured along the y-axis. The Y coordinate is called the ordinate. Third point, in stating the coordinates of a point in the Cartesian plane, the x coordinate comes first and then the y coordinate. Fourth, coordinates of a given point are represented in the form of x comma y enclosed between simple brackets. Fifth point, the coordinates in the form of x comma y enclosed between simple brackets are also known as ordered pair. Let's have a different look of sign notation. We know that x is abscissa and y is ordinate. We have learnt this in notations used in Cartesian plane in our previous slide, isn't it? So, understanding the concept of sign notation with the help of abscissa and ordinate. So, in the first quadrant, both abscissa and ordinate are positive. In the second quadrant, abscissa is negative, whereas ordinate is positive. In the third quadrant, abscissa is negative, as well ordinate is also negative. In the fourth quadrant, abscissa is positive and ordinate is negative. Now, in this slide, let us try an example. Here, you need to find or identify the quadrants of given points. Here, one point to note about is you need to focus upon sign, not the values. For example, very first point is plus 2 comma plus 2. Both x and y are positive. You will find both x and y positive in the first quadrant, right? So 2 comma 2 lies in first quadrant. Second point, minus 2 comma 3, its x is negative and y is positive. You find this point in second quadrant, right? Similarly, try to identify all the quadrants. I am giving you some time and answers is in next slide. I hope that you all are able to identify the quadrants of given points. Now, next example. In this example, write the coordinates of a given point. What we need to do, we need to write the coordinates of a given point. We are starting with the point A. Point A lies in the fourth quadrant. Its coordinates are plus 1.5, comma minus 1, because in the fourth quadrant x is positive and y is negative. Similarly, coordinates of point B. B lies in third quadrant, x and y both negative. So, coordinates of point B are minus 2, comma minus 1.5. Isn't it? Similarly, find the coordinates of point C, D and E by your own and check the answer. Now, in the next slide, we are trying to understand the concept of plotting a point in the Cartesian plane. How to plot a given point in the plane? Let us start with the very first point, 4, comma 1. 4, comma 1, both x and y are positive. So it is clear that 4, comma 1 lies in first quadrant, right? So taking x, mark 4 and draw a perpendicular line. Similarly, on y, take 1 and draw a perpendicular line. Where these two lines meet each other is the required point 4, comma 1 as shown in the figure. Now, try to locate minus 1, comma 1. Minus 1, comma 1 lies in second quadrant because x is negative and y is positive. So draw a perpendicular line from minus 1 and 1 where the line intersect each other is our required point. Now try all other points by your own. Thank you. Hope you like my video. For any queries, contact me at my email ID. Thank you very much.